Hi, my name is Neb Camus Sen Atumre, and this is the second video in this Black History series. This video is entitled Nubians, You Are Kosmosans, The Orion Skies, Anu People, Star People. Those Anu people who stayed true have the same doctrines that have been carried throughout the many cultures or religions, be they Hebrew, Islamic, or Sumerian. While in Nubia, Egypt, many of the tribes of Anu people were invaded by the Islamic tribes. Originally, they were not Muslims but Coptic Christians. They were forced to convert to the religion of Islam. The Indo-Aryan Islamic invaders, calling themselves Arabs, Berbers from Arabia, Turkey, and the Berbers from Morocco, converted many of the Anu people to Al-Islam under the force of the sword. So the Anu people became Muslims, many by force. In fact, they became Nubian Islamic Hebrews or Christian Islamic Hebrews in doctrine. They mix all three with ancient Egyptian customs, and yet and still they selected a few who entered the mystery school of AEO, the ancient Egyptian order, where they kept hidden from the beast man the knowledge of the sapphire stone, the Akasha records, the tablets of destiny, which informs us that Adam and Eve were created as one group of angels, and since their transgression, they would have to experience death. Yanun reveals in the sapphire stone that there are 7 folds or parts in your physical earthly form. He said, you all may be regarded as physical bodies that possess a sister part under nature's laws and the plane of force, which is a plane largely composed of energy forces and etheric duplicates of the physical plane's objects. Each star has its own light. The first is the spiritual self, ether. The second is the life self, living. And the third is the spiritual man, soul. There are 7 galactic heavens within each of you. The best is the brightest seed of all. The Master placed it there that you may keep it pure. The sun at your solar plexus is your true inner light. So the Caucasoid caveman could never be a star anything, being that he is melanin recessive and has a lunar plexus instead of a solar plexus. Calling himself a star is just another one of his subliminal schemes of having you look up to him and down at yourself. He is the arch deceiver with the technology to enforce his nefarious schemes. He, through his father Halal, seduced Eve in the garden, and still, to this very day, continues to deceive women. He has got Nubian women hating their natural kingly hair, which is an antenna that works hand in hand with the divine melanin, and loving the Caucasians women flank fur by his hair commercials that are saturating the media. Yes, that's right. Caucasians, the beast man and the beast woman have fur, not hair. Because if you were shown a strand of fur from a shaggy dog, a goat, a buffalo, a horse, a lion, a Caucasian, and an orangutan, and you were asked to identify the strand that belongs to the humans, you could not. He is the master of lies and trick knowledge. He also beguiles Nubians, us, into not using our minds by subliminally suggesting that the mind is a terrible thing. During the month of February, Black History Month, your subconscious mind is constantly bombarded with the mind is a terrible thing. The mind is a terrible thing. You cannot waste a mind, and the mind is not a terrible thing. It's all a phonetic trick. The mind is one of the best gifts that has been given to our species. The mind is neither visible nor tangible. It exists not in the physical body, as does the brain, but in the mental plane where spirit or soul is outgrown. Its magnitude cannot be measured, for it carries all feelings, ideas, and impressions of this life, as well as intuitive knowledge of what is to come. Remember, there are various levels of the mind. You have the walking conscious mind as it works through your everyday awareness. Then there is the subconscious mind as it operates your faculties of intuition, mental intuition, or super consciousness of the Nubian man. Your super consciousness, is from where your soul descends into spirit and forms the body. Then there is the wisdom of the mind as it operates through you, as yet undeveloped qualities of divinity. Then there is the mental ether, which forms the bridge between the brain structure of the physical form and the mental body of the physical individual. The mental ether is distributed through the brain centers and throughout the cerebrospinal nervous system. It produces mental waves throughout the atmosphere and is the channel for the transmission of thoughts from one individual to another, a form called telepathy, which will become increasingly responsive in these last days. Then there is the mental force field, which embraces the upper part of the physical form, extending down to the root seat at the base of the spine. Its principal points of contact are the pineal pituitary area, the throat area, and the solar plexus. And that, in a nutshell, is the mind. So, what is there to waste? Give him back his stupidity, his dumbness, the world's dumbest. Okay. So the spirit is the best part of you, the light shining in the darkness, yet you comprehend it not. The inner light seat is at your solar plexus area, the soul having 7 dimensions in you. Your souls are held in your bodies by the electrons and nervous system. It is made of the magnetic bind of mud and spirit, for Anu, Alion, Alion El is the magnetic center of the universes, the infinity above all mathematics. And likewise, Nubians, black people worldwide, are the magnets on the planet Earth that are holding the planet together. The Euro-Americans know this. That's why his perpetual impetus, his lifelong goal, is finding ways to be feeding off of your magnetic energy. Like a confounded vampire, always touching on you, patting you on the back, or patting your child on the top of the head, or always trying to be virtually right up in your face, breathing in your breath as you breathe out, which is called cross-breathing, acting like he is having a conversation with you. Some of you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then from now on, watch him closely. The principal reason for slavery was subjugating you, us, as he thrived on our centripetal force, our tachyon energy, our magnetic energy. Now the Aztecs, the Hopis, the Dogons, the Bible, and all the people of the planet have recorded that some great catastrophe is coming. And you happen to be living in the day and time when it is coming. Great catastrophes has happened before, and we Nubians survived and will survive this one. But you have to be in mind as well as in body. You have to stop being men and women and become gods and goddesses, just like your ancient Tamarian ancestors. You are the Orion skies, the seven heavens, who has a grace period before the end comes. We live in a series of 25,000 year cycles. One is called an equinox and the other an epoch. Every 50,000 years gives another cycle where the surface of the planet shifts. 200 million years ago, there was a supercontinent. The continents were all one land mass called Pangaea. The land became separated into different continents because the plates shifted, causing the land masses to float apart. And in some cases, there were explosions that not only caused the land masses to shift, but also the whole Earth shifted from its 90-degree axis to its present 23-degree axis. We have now moved out of the moon cycle, which is symbolic of the night or shadow hour, into the last sun cycle, which is symbolic of the day of this 50,000 year epoch. We have just come into this new cycle of 25,000 years, and we must be re-informed. At one time, the dinosaurs were on the planet, and when the crust shifted, they died. The ice caps melted, and then came the floods. The Aztecs and all these people that have experienced these events, the sands came and covered them. The volcanoes came and wiped everything out. Everything shifts and the lava pulls. We are at one of those points now. The planet Earth is shifting and the weather is whacked. That's the reason for the weather problems. That's the floods all over the world. That's the hurricanes and tornadoes, the typhoons and tsunamis. That's the earthquakes. That's the diseases. Mother Nature, NETERU, called Ta, is getting ready to vanish the planet. It's a replenishing called an epoch that is happening every 50,000 years. There has been a concentrated effort on eliminating that part of your Nubian nature and that knowledge in our minds that will give us the key to figuring out stuff. Because as we start calculating what is taking place, the first reality is that we are getting ready to confront a catalyst, a cataclysmic event that is unbelievable. The world is getting ready to go through a major shift and mass destruction. Nubians were told in the holy tablets to come to our holy land, Nubiab, Tamare, or Wahani, which is situated at 404 Shadydale Road, Eatonton, Georgia, 31024 USA. Then later on, Wahani, in its exact location, showed up as one of the golden cities or safe places to be on a map called I Am America. The map is called I Am America. In 1983, a woman, Lori Toye, Loritoye, was given the future map of America and the world, by whom she referred to as ascended masters. it showed the land masses which will sink and become the seabed, and the land masses which will rise, and the safe places to be called golden cities worldwide. Google it. No coincidence. So wake up, star people, and come to your full potential. That ends the second part of this video. Look out for the third part. In the meanwhile, we thank you for looking at these videos. We thank you for your comments, and we thank you for all the ones who subscribed to this channel. We urge you to share this video and to subscribe to the only channel where you will learn true ancient Egyptian mysteries. No more lies, no more guesswork, and no more professors and lecturers professing to know the facts. So share, subscribe, click on the like button below. See you at the next video.